The process where the individual decide whether the product is required to me, whether the product is need to me. So he is going to decide. If the performance of the product is more than the expectation of the consumer, then definitely he will end up with the satisfaction of the product. Under the culture factors, there are three elements, that is culture, subculture and social class. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Mr. Hemant Kumar from the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Aid College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. So, we stepped into session 1 of the retail management, that is the consumer behavior in retail business. The agenda of today's session is the introduction to the consumer behavior, meaning and definition of a consumer behavior, buying decision process and its implication on retailing, factors influencing the consumer buying decisions, that is group and the individual factors. Introduction: the process where the individual decide whether the product is required to me, whether the product is need to me. So he is going to decide. If it is yes, when should I purchase the good, where, how and from whom to purchase the goods or services. So whether can I go with the online mode, can I go through the offline mode, can I purchase the goods from some kind of online application such as Flipkart or Amazon, can I visit the showroom and can I purchase the product directly from the seller. So it is a decision making process. Many psychological, sociological and cultural elements play a role in how the consumers engage with the market. There are three major factors that affect the consumer behavior. So one is a psychological factor, social factor and the cultural factor. What do you mean by psychological factor? It is all about the human psychology. Psychological factors are the human determinants which is intangible in nature, but those factors have the power to influence the customers. So the second factor is a social factor. So social factor is a society which we live. So there are many people surrounding us who is going to influence us to make a purchase decision. The next one is cultural factors. Yes, the cultural factors are the factors that influence us to make a purchase decision. Based on the culture that we follow, we are going to make a purchase decision. Say for an example, the person who is living in America, he is going to purchase a product that is completely different from the person who is going to purchase the product in India. So hence, as per the culture, we are going to purchase the products. Consumer behavior. This consumer behavior is not only the study of individuals, hence it is a study of individual group and the organizations. They select a product, buy, use and dispose ideas. There are some criteria while purchasing the product in the mindset of the customers. So they select the product, they make a purchase decision, they buy the product, they use and dispose ideas of goods and services to satisfy their needs and wants. Why they buy the product? To satisfy their needs and wants. Moving forward, definition. According to the Luden and Bitta, consumer behavior is a decision process. So as we know, before purchasing a product, the consumer is going through the decision making criteria. And physical activity, because the consumer engage in purchasing activity, hence it is a physical activity. So the individual involved in evaluating the product. Blindly they won't purchase the product. Before purchasing the product, they compare one brand of the product with the another brand of the product. And also acquire, use and dispose. So they are going to acquire the product, use the product and dispose the product. Goods and services to satisfy their needs and wants, as I said. Consumer buying decision process and its implications on retailing. So here we are going to study not only the consumer buying decision process, but also we are studying its implications, its results on retailing. So at the one point of time, we are looking towards the topic in the consumer point of view, and also we are going to study the same topic in the perspective of the retailer. The first step, that is recognition of need. No consumer will purchase the good until and unless it is a need to him. If it is a need, then he is going to purchase a good or a product. We are going to recognize the need. Say for an example, Mr. X, he is pursuing his higher education, where laptop is required to his higher education for the preparation of assignments and the project. So here we recognize the need of Mr. X. So we recognize the need of Mr. X, that is laptop for his higher education. In the next step, information search. As soon as Mr. X get to know that there is a need of laptop to him, he going to search the information that is available in the market. Means he is going to find the various laptop brands that is available in the market. Like he is going to collect all the information through various sources. It may be the personal source, it may be the commercials. When it comes in terms of personal source, like he collect the information from all his friends, family members and the neighbors. So they are going to give the review about the product based on their experience and the expectation. In the next stage, that is a commercial source, he used to collect all the information from the various websites, online, offline mode, and also he visits some laptop showrooms and collect all the relevant information that he is required towards the brand. Hence, finally, Mr. X collect all the information about the laptop brand that is available in the market. So, after collecting all the information of the laptop brand that is available in the market, he finalized 4 brands of laptop. One is brand A, brand B, brand C and brand D. He finally finalized the 4 brands of laptop, that is brand A, brand B, brand C and brand D. So after finalizing the 4 brands of laptop that is available in the market, means these 4 brands are the better brands of among all the brands in the market. The next step, evaluation of alternatives. So after getting to know that we had finalized the 4 laptop brands A, B, C, D, he used to evaluate the alternatives. That is, among 4 brands, he compare one brand laptop with the another brand of laptop based on its features, based on the price of the product, based on the software that it had included, and based on the warranty and the guarantee that is provided by the seller. So based on these all criteria, he make a purchase decision. After making evaluation of these all things, finally he decided to purchase brand B of the laptop. Among 4 brands, he evaluated the 4 laptops and he finally decided to purchase brand B of the laptop. After finalizing the product, he go through the meticulous calculation and logical thinking. He used to decide, how can I purchase the good? Can I purchase the good from the EMI, or can I purchase the good by paying the complete cash? Which mode of purchase is convenient to me? After that, he used to finalize a final product to make a purchase decision. So while making a purchase decision, he considered 2 criteria while making the purchase decision. One, before purchasing the product, he look in such a way that whether the product price and the quality of the product, does it meet his expectation? Means the price of the product is convenient to his budget and also the features of the product is convenient to him. So he look in that way and finally he take the opinion with all the surrounding people and finally he purchased the good. So as we know, after purchasing the good, one, the user can end up his experience with satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Hence, in the final stage, that is a post-purchase evaluation, either the consumer must end up his experience either with the satisfaction or dissatisfaction of the product, but there are 2 factors that decide the satisfaction or dissatisfaction of the consumer. The first one is the expectation of the consumer and the performance of the product. These are the 2 factors that affects the satisfaction of the consumer, where the expectation of the consumer is more than the performance of the product. Definitely the consumer end up his experience with dissatisfaction. If the performance of the product is more than the expectation of the consumer, then definitely he will end up with the satisfaction of the product. Hence, he end the experience with delight. As of now, we had studied the consumer behavior in the perspective of a consumer. Right now, we are going to study the same thing in the perspective of a retailer. Means we are going to study the result of the same. So, in the first stage, that is the recognition of the need, it is the obligation of the marketer or the retailer to recognize the need of the consumer. Means the what kind of the product will be expected by the consumer, what kind of the product is in the mindset of the consumer, what kind of the product is in demand. Means the retailer must provide the product that is in demand. The second step, that is a information search. The consumer used to search for the information of the product. It is the obligation of the retailer to provide all the relevant details or the convenient information about the product transparently, so that consumer must feel very comfortable to purchase product. In the second stage, the manufacturer may go with some kind of advertising and the marketing activities. He may utilize some marketing strategies. The third step is evaluation of alternatives. In the third step, the consumer compare one product with another product, whether it come in terms of features of the product, price of the product, quality of the product, or the software that is available in the product. But it is the duty of the retailer to provide the good quality of the product. So when he compare the quality and the price of the product, so the customer must feel very comfortable to purchase product. Means it must be in a good quality and also affordable in the price. Finally, purchase decision. When the consumer make the purchase decision, the retailer must provide the various kinds of the facilities or the services that is available to the consumer. Like the retailer must provide the warranty or the guarantee facility, or the extended warranty or the guarantee facility. And in the same way, he must provide the service facility of the product if there is any problem or default with the product. And also he may provide the delivery and after the sale services. In the final stage, that is the post-purchase evaluation. As we know, the consumer can end up his experience either with the satisfaction of the product by using the product, or dissatisfaction by using the product. If it is satisfaction, then he can improve. If the consumer end his experience with dissatisfaction, the retailer must see what are the reasons for the dissatisfaction of the consumer, and he must try to overcome from the default. The next concept is factors influencing the consumer buying decisions. Means there are various factors that affect the consumer buying decision. Those factors are the group factors and the individual factors. There are two factors that affect the consumer buying behavior, that is a group factor and the individual factors. So there are 5 factors which influence the buying decision of a consumer. The first one is a psychological factor, social factor, cultural, personal, and the economic factor. These are the factors that influence the individuals to make a purchase decision. And also, these 5 factors are classified under 2 categories, that is group factors and individual factors. Which are the group factors? Social factors and the cultural factors are group factors in the consumer buying decision process. There are 3 individual factors. They are psychological factors, personal factors, and the economic factors. So, in the final exam, they may ask factors influencing the consumer buying decision. You are going to write all the 5 factors, starting from the psychological factors, social factors, cultural factors, personal factors, and the economic factors. But if they ask group and individual factors also, you are supposed to write 5 factors. But if they ask only individual factors, you are supposed to write only 3 factors, that is psychological factors, personal factors, and the economic factors. If they ask group factors, you are supposed to write social factors and cultural factors. Please don't get confused between the group factors and the individual factors. There are 2 group factors and 3 individual factors. Moving forward, This is a chart where we do have a clarity which are all the factors that influence or motivate the consumer behavior. First one, psychological factors, motivation, perception, learning, attitudes and the belief. Under the social factors, there are three factors, that is family, reference group, roles and the status. Cultural factors, culture, subculture, social class. Personal factors, that is age, income, occupation, lifestyle, liquid assets of the consumer. The economic factors are personal income, family income, income expenses, consumer credit, savings. These are the factors that makes the consumer to make the purchase decision. These are the factors that influence the consumer to make a purchase decision. By moving forward, factors influencing the consumer buying decision, among them, first factor is a psychological factor. What do you mean by psychological factors? These psychological factors are nothing but the human psychology, determinant of a consumer behavior, which is intangible in nature, but it have the power to motivate the consumer. It have the power to influence the customer. So, under the psychological factor, first factor is motivation. What do you mean by motivation? As we know, a person have many needs, like starting from the basic need, safety need, social need, esteem need and self-actualization need. Basic need and the social needs are motive to make a purchase decision. Means this basic need and social need are two motives for which consumer get attracted, for which the consumer make purchase decision. The second factor is perception. So, perception is a process where the consumer collect all the information of the product and finally they evaluate the product by comparing one another. Means they are going to compare one product with the another product. At the end of the day, he come to the conclusion about the product. A kind of impression is created in the minds of the customer. That impression we call it as a perception. Learning, when a person buy a product, he must learn something out of it. So, he keep on learning one or other things in his lifetime. Learning, when a person buy a product, he must learn something out of it. Like from where the learning come to the customer, it may be through the education, it may be through his family or friends, or it may through his past experience about the product. Say for an example, I got bad experience by using some kind of a product. Then in the future, I won't prefer the same kind of product to purchase. So hence I am going to change the brand of product. Next one, attitudes and beliefs. So as we know, the attitudes and beliefs of the individuals are not same, hence it keep on changing from one generation to another generation and one person to the another person. Hence we can say that these are individual factors that affect consumer to purchase a product. Hence these are the individual factors that influence the customers to purchase, to make a purchase decision. Moving forward, factors influencing the consumer buying decision. Social factor. As we know, humans are the social being, where we live in an environment that we get influenced by other people. As we know, the humans are the social beings, where the humans live in an environment where the surrounding people influence them to, where the surrounding people influence the buying behavior of the individuals. And also, we keep on imitating others for the purchase. Hence, in the social environment, we keep on imitating others to make a purchase decision. Say for an example, my brother is using Apple iPhone, even I want to purchase Apple iPhone. Oh, my friend had purchased Royal Enfield bike, even I want to purchase Royal Enfield bike. It is, we live in a society where we are going to imitate each other. Among them, the first factor is a family. The person develop his preferences by watching his family members, and the same thing will be continued when he grow up. Say for an example, when a person is in childhood, a father bring a refined oil to his family, he keep on imitating his father, and when a person grow up, he also bring a refined oil to his family. This is the way how this happen. Means in the family is a factor that influence the purchasing decision of the individuals. Means some of the family, they completely fix to a particular brand of product. Reference group. A reference group is a group of people with whom the person associate himself. This reference group is a group of people who use the same kind of product, but they refer one another themselves to make a purchase decision. The best example for the reference group is like we get attracted when my favorite celebrity advertise product. We get attracted by watching some YouTube videos. Roles and the status. The roles and the status in the society of the individuals also affect on the buying behavior of individuals. How? All the individuals, they make a purchase decision in the society based on their roles and the status in the society. Say for an example, a chief executive officer of a company may purchase some luxury good. The common employee of the same company cannot afford the same good. Hence, the purchasing decision may vary from the various. Hence, the purchase decision of the individual may change from the roles that they have in a society and also status that they have in society. The good which can be afforded by the chief executive officer may not be afforded by the common employee of same company. The cultural factors. Cultural factors are the social attitudes, beliefs, norms, dressing sense, food habits, and need, want, and preferences of the individual, where it changes from one culture to the another culture. It does not remain constant. So, under the culture factors, there are three elements, that is culture, subculture, and social class. So, we can see various nations follow various kind of culture. India will follow Indian culture, America, US culture, and also China, Chinese culture. Hence, the culture get changed from one place to another. The food habits of the Indians and the Americans are completely different. The dressing habits of the Indians and Americans are completely different. In the same way, their purchasing decision or purchasing behavior are completely different. Hence, it get variated from one culture to the another culture. Hence, subculture. As we know, under all the culture, there are some subculture. Say for an example, India is following a varieties of subculture where the North culture of India is not similar to the South Indian culture. So, there is a variation in a dress code, there is a variation in a food habit and their attitude, their belief. So, all the changes different group of people with the similar attitudes and beliefs. The last is a social class. This social class is nothing but a group of people with the similar status in the society. Means in terms of education, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of income, in terms of geographical location. So that is what the social class is all about. The next factor is a personal factors, that is age. So there are various personal factors of the individuals, varies from one person to the another person. So the first factor is the age. So we can notice age factor we can notice the needs and wants of the youths are completely different from the aged people. The preferences of youths are completely different from the aged people. The preference of children are completely different from the youths. So, based on the age factor, they are going to purchase the product. Next, the income. Income is a factor that influences the individual to make a purchase decision. The individual can purchase the product as per their income. Purchase decision of the individuals also depends upon the income of individuals. So, the individual make a purchase decision based on his income. Say for an example, the high class income group of people may prefer the luxury good, but low class or the middle class income group of people may spend their income towards fulfilling their basic needs. Next one, occupation. So, the consumer make the purchase decision based on his occupation. As per his profession, the doctor may purchase the good. As per the profession of the lecturer, he may purchase the good. The next concept is lifestyle. The individual make a purchase decision based on the lifestyle. So if it is a rural lifestyle, so the purchasing behavior is completely different. If it is an urban lifestyle, the purchasing behavior is completely different. Moving forward, the next concept is the last concept, that is economic factors. The buying behavior of a consumer can also depend upon the economic stability of the nation, also depends upon the economic status of the nation, and also the market condition. If the country is prosperous, the economy will be stable. If it is not, the economic condition will be not stable. As we know, we have divided the countries into three categories. So developed country, developing country, and underdeveloped country based on their economic standards. Under the economic factor, the first one is a personal income. So if there is a higher income, leads for a higher purchase of a product. If it is a lower income, leads for the lower purchase of the product. As per the income, we are going to make a purchase decision. We are going to fix a budget, and as per that budget, we are going to purchase the product. But the higher disposable income leads to higher purchase of the product. What do you mean by disposable income? Disposable income is an extra income after fulfilling the needs and wants of the individuals. It is an extra income which is left out, or the saving income, so which is left out after fulfilling the needs of the individuals. Second one, family income. So the purchasing decision also depends upon the family income. So if the single person is working in a family, so they may they may spend less amount to make a purchase product. So if there are number of people who are working in his family, so they may purchase more product. The next concept is consumer credit. The consumer make a purchase decision based on the credit facility that is provided by the retailer to its customers. Hence, the consumer depend upon the consumer credit. Like if the retailer provide him the credit facility, it may be the EMI facility, it may be the bank loan facility. Liquid asset. Liquid assets are the asset which can be easily converted into cash. So it may be cash in hand, it may be cash in bank, or the amount that is in stock. Based on the liquid asset, the consumer is going to purchase product. So the next concept is saving. The consumer make the purchase decision based on his saving out of his income. So here the consumer used to set his financial goals to purchase a car, to purchase a vehicle. Hence the saving of the money leads to purchase the product. By moving forward, in the next session, we are going with the concept of customer shopping behavior, customer service, and the customer satisfaction. Thank you.